Welcome back, everybody. Zero here, and we are here to continue our Volume 1 RWBY reaction and in-depth analysis. Let's get immediately started with it with Episode 2, The Shining Beacon. So, here we are. Yeah, the shadow people. Yeah, no models for people yet. I believe we also saw them in the first episode. And yeah, the Academy. It is pretty low poly, I would say, and it's not as grandiose as we will see in later seasons. But yeah, very reminiscent of Hogwarts in a way, even though of course it's much more technological.
The view from Vale's got nothing on this.
That kid's got a collapsible staff! She's got a fire sword! Ow, ow!
Easy there, little sister. They're just weapons.
Just weapons? They're an extension of ourselves. They're a part of us. Oh, they're so cool.
Well, why can't you swing over your own weapon? Aren't you happy with it?
Of course I'm happy with Crescent Rose. I just really like seeing new ones. It's like meeting new people, but better.
And here they try to characterize RWBY as someone that's very shy and doesn't really make friends with others, even though we will later see she is actually one of the second most outgoing personality of the team, because the first one of course is Yang. But RWBY is not as shy as they try to characterize her at the very beginning. Also, we can see her swinging her crescent throws, her weapon, with absolutely no care, even though people are walking around her. So, yeah, be careful, RWBY.
RWBY, come on. Why don't you go try and make some friends of your own?
But why would I need friends when I have you?
Well, actually, my friends are here now. Gotta go catch up. Can't see 'em.
Wait, where are you going? Are we supposed to go?
Friends that we will never see again. And also, yeah, a big thing is that RWBY, of course, is 2 years younger than everybody else. So it's a bit difficult for her to make new friends.
Go to our dorms? Where are our dorms? Do we have dorms? I don't know what I'm doing. What are you doing? Sorry. Sorry? Do you have any idea of the damage you could have caused? Give me that. This is dust, mined and purified from the Schnee Quarry. What are you, brain dead? Dust, fire, water, lightning, energy. Are you even listening, Steve? Is any of this sinking in? What do you have to say for yourself? Unbelievable! This is exactly the kind of thing I was talking about. I'm really, really sorry. You complete dolt! What are you even doing here? Aren't you a little young to be attending Beacon? Well, I... This isn't your ordinary combat school. It's not just sparring and practice, you know. We're here to fight monsters, so watch where you're going! Hey, I said I was sorry, princess.
It's Eris, actually. Weiss Schnee, heiress to the Schnee Dust Company, one of the largest producers of energy propellant in the world.
Finally, some recognition.
This same company, infamous for its controversial labor forces and questionable business partners.
What? How dare?
But she knows it's true. She just doesn't wanna confront the reality at this point.
I promise I'll make this up to you.
I guess I'm not the only one having a rough first day.
So, what's...
Welcome to Beacon.
Hey. I'm Jaune.
Ruby. Aren't you the guy that threw up on the ship?
Vomit boy.
All I'm saying is that motion sickness is a much more common problem than people let on.
Look, I'm sorry. Vomit Boy was the first thing that came to mind.
Oh, yeah? What if I called you Crater Face?
Hey, that explosion was an accident.
Well, the name's Jaune Arc. Short, sweet, rolls off the tongue.
Jaune Hark. Of course, is inspired by Jeanne d'Arc. I don't really know how to say this in English, but you know, the French medieval heroine.
Ladies love it.
Do they?
They will. Well, I hope they will. I mean, my mom always says that. Never mind.
So, I got this thing.
Whoa! Is that a scythe?
It's also a customizable, high-impact sniper rifle.
A what?
It's also a gun.
Oh.
It's also a gun. The meme is born. Yeah.
That's cool.
So what do you got?
Oh, I got this sword.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got a shield too.
So what did they do?
Whoa, that's the shield gets smaller, so when I get tired of carrying it, I can just put it away.
But wouldn't it weigh the same?
Yeah, it does.
Well, I'm kind of a dork when it comes to weapons. I guess I did go a little overboard in designing it.
Wait, you made that?
Of course! All students at Signal forge their own weapons. Didn't you make yours?
It's a hand-me-down. My great-great-grandfather used it to fight in the war.
Sounds more like a family heirloom to me.
Fighting the war, and I believe it's the war that's gonna be mentioned later on in the story, even though we don't really get a lot of lore about human conflicts as far as I'm aware, but I'm sure we will know more about it later.
Me. Well, I like it. Not many people have an appreciation for the classics these days.
Yeah, the classics.
So why'd you help me out back there, in the courtyard?
Why not? My mom always says, strangers are just friends you haven't met yet.
Hey, where are we going?
Oh, I don't know. I was following you. You think there might be a directory? Maybe a food court? Some sort of recognizable landmark? Is that a no?
That's a no.
Yeah, the first thing I wanted to check is about the shadow people, because of course we see everything is kind of low poly. And as far as I'm aware, they didn't have enough time to do the models for the other students, and so they just randomly put in like dark silhouettes. This is the academy, and I don't think we are gonna... This is what we're gonna see for now. And okay, this I think is where probably the idea of RWBY Chibi comes from, because this is the first time, I mean, this first volume we see a bunch of times that they experiment with 2D animation, and especially in like a kind of anime looking style, and then they shy away from it. It was a cool idea, even though it looks like a little bit uncanny with the 3D CGI graphics over here and RWBY randomly changing form in 2D animation, like floating around. It's cute, of course, but yeah, I think they did the right thing not doing this more. Uh, yeah. Then of course we see our Weiss, and we get revealed that Weiss is the heiress of the Schneedust company, and the Schneedust company also has a dark side to it because Blake reveals it to us. Here. This is the symbol of the family, and I think it's also Weiss's crest. Yeah, I don't think there is much more than this to it. We shall check the wiki page of the episode now. Be back in a second. And here we are with the wiki page of the episode open. The Shining Beacon is the second episode of RWBY Volume 1, which premiered on the Rooster Teeth website on July 25th, 2013. We get a brief summary of the episode. I don't think there is anything really important in it, but I'm gonna check. Okay, basically the only interesting thing that we learn from this summary is something that I really didn't know. Because it says that Jaune's weapon, it's named Crocea Morts, and is a simple sword, but the sheath of the sword transforms into the shield, and I didn't really realize it in the show. Let's go with the trivia. Others. Roughly half of the episode was shown at RTX 2013 alongside the episode Ruby Rose. During RTX 2013, the scene where Ruby sneezes on Weiss lacks the explosion and dust effects, and has a cameo appearance by Ruby Rex along with the captions VFX missing and kaboom. Okay, interesting. That's kind of funny because they didn't have time to finish the VFX. In the DVD version, the episode cuts off after Jaune says, "I don't know, I was following you," and then quickly transitions into the upcoming portion of the series. References. In a nod to anime, before Rose show reluctance to new people, Ruby Rose, she's excited to see people's weapons in a cartoon fashion before Yang pulls her back into her normal self. Yeah. Manga and anime, the event of the Shining Beacon are retold in Chapter 1 from RWBY, the official manga. The event of the Shining Beacon was made references in This is Beacon from RWBY Ice Queendom. Okay, I realized there is also an opening to this second episode, so I believe we should go listen to the full opening and then analyze the lyrics. I really want to listen to it fully before checking the lyrics because I also want to feel the emotions within it. So let's check it out. Okay, here we are. Let's listen to I May Fall by Jeff and Casey Williams, the ending of the second episode of RWBY. I'm checking it with the lyrics, so we may immediately comment on them. This is of course describing, I guess, an attack by the Grimm and a situation where like all hope is lost and Grimms are overpowering the hunters. This is interesting because we know that the Grimms have no soul. And so this is a clear reference to the Grimm, and this is also a clear reference to something that happens much later in the story. Like situations where the Grimm are too many and the hunters cannot deal with them like physically, like that it's numerically impossible. Okay, in our final moment, every dream dies. That's important, kind of. When the moon is gone, I wonder if this is something that will happen actually in the story, or it just references what has already happened, like the darkest moment for humanity is when the moon got broken, but I doubt it.
There's a moment that changes a life when we do something that no one else can.
And the path that we've taken will lead us one final stand.
There's a moment we'll make a decision not to cower and crash on the ground.
And that's what Tune Ruby has done later in the story.
The moment we face our demons, our courage found.
And that's what Ruby does later in the story. Like, she literally, quite literally, has to fight her own demons and her own traumas. And I guess Ruby did stare directly into Death's eyes. That was kind of direct, and it was kind of literal. Like, Ruby got the choice to die and live in peace, or to take the hard path and continue to strive for, her fight against the darkness and so on. Okay, this was the song. Let's go back to the wiki page. Okay, this is the wiki page for the song that we just listened to, I May Fall. These are the lyrics, but let's see, we have already listened to them. Let's see if there are anything in the trivia. At the beginning of RWBY Volume 2 Production Diary 3, an instrumental version of I May Fall is used at Beacon Music. At PAX East 2016, Jeff Williams said that the song was inspired by Aragorn's speech in front of the Black Gate in 2003 film The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. That's very interesting. I May Fall was originally sung by Erin Riley as a fan project, which was later adapted for the Volume 7 soundtrack and sung by Casey Lee Williams. This is like a tale of the darkest hour trope, and then even in the darkest hour we will find, or at least they will find, the strength to make a decision and to change their fate, basically. I think this was written also for volume 1, and I think that this is kind of generic, so I cannot pinpoint this to a specific moment, but I can definitely see as it can reference many parts of the show later on when they are at the darkest hour moment. It's not just one. It's not just one moment. Okay, perfect. I think that we are done with this episode. We have checked the episode, we have checked the wiki content on the episode, and I think this is it for today. So thank you for being here, thank you for watching this video, and please leave in the comment section below any feedback that you may have about how I do videos, how I interact with the show and stuff like that. Please, it's gonna be a lot of help to me because this is only my 4th video ever and I really need to learn. Thank you very much to everybody. See you to the next episode of RWBY.